Hello and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping and wholesaling houses, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. So I've been asked about the pros and cons of operating in New York, of flipping or wholesaling houses in New York versus the other 49 states. So I'm going to just shoot off a few good things about New York and a few bad things about New York. I haven't even prepared for this, but I mean, I know these things by heart. I have a whole module in my course about what's different in New York. So let's talk about the good things in New York and some of the bad things in New York. Let's say top 3 good things, top 3 bad things. Top good thing is much less competition. People are shocked when I tell them that. Much less competition. Infinitesimally small competition compared to other places like Phoenix, Dallas, Vegas. Very often, I'd say half or more than half the time, I'm the only person making an offer to a seller. Think about that. In other places, if somebody shows up on a list, they are inundated with people. So that is a great thing. Let's talk about some of the bad things. So the obvious bad thing is that you cannot just get into contract with a seller. You can't push a contract across the table with a check for $50. You have to go through an attorney. And attorneys change the whole way things work in New York, which is why there's much less competition, because people don't understand that. So attorneys really screw things up and get involved in every part of the deal. If I do a wholesale deal, there could be 4 attorneys at the closing. There could be a seller's attorney, my attorney, a buyer's attorney, and if he's getting hard money, the lender's attorney. 4 attorneys at one closing. Okay. Second thing that's bad about New York is because these attorneys get involved, it takes forever. It takes a long time. Quick wholesale deal for me is 2 months. 2 months. In other places, it's 2 weeks. So you got to sort of get your pipeline full of deals because it takes a long time to close and get paid. Okay, another thing that's good about New York, you make a lot more money than most places, right? I average around 30 grand on wholesale deals in New York. That is a absolute grand slam home run in a lot of the cities I mentioned before. Most people there are happy with 8 grand in assignment fees, 10 grand in assignment fees. Because the prices are very high, the money is better. Okay, another thing that's bad about New York, let's see, the earnest money deposit. Standard deposit in New York is 10%. So you got to negotiate that, right? You're buying something for 300 grand in New York that you're going to fix up or wholesale that's got an ARV of 500 grand. You got to put $30,000 down. So you have to negotiate that as part of the process. Part of the things I teach in my course, the things that seeds you have to plant in the seller's head before he talks to his attorney for the first time. But those deposits are big. Something good about New York is it's impossible for the seller to get out of the contract in New York. So in other places, it's really easy to get into contract, but it's very hard to get out of it's very easy for the seller to get out of the contract if he changes his mind. Here, impossible. Standard contract lets you sue for specific performance. That means that if you go into a deal, whatever you put down, let's say 10 grand, but it's a $300,000 buy, the guy doesn't sell it to you and you want to close, you could sue him for $300,000 and you will win, right? Contracts are ironclad here. Every contract you go in, you got to assign it or you got to close on it. That's just the way it is. It's hard for the seller to get out of the contract, almost impossible for you to get out of the contract. It is it's just the way it works in New York. So I hope that was so helpful. Pros and cons New York. I could spend 4 hours talking about this. There's so many differences in New York. I say this all the time. It is like another planet than all other 49 states. The way things are done here is just different. But I think that, as the great Greg Helbeck says, the juice is worth the squeeze. I think it's worth it because the lack of competition, more money, and all the other good things that come with it, I think it's worth it. But you got to understand how it works, and I think I'm the only person in the world that's teaching how to do this in New York. So if you're interested in finding out how I can help you do this, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you like these videos, please click like. If you were watching on YouTube, please subscribe. And please keep the comments coming with suggestions. This came by request, and I hope that I was helpful. Thank you very, very much for watching.